Welcome into another edition of The Right Side of Campus. It is Friday, October 18th, 2019. Hope you're having a great day. I'm the big man on campus. The weekend is here. Friday, college football week 8 getting going this weekend. Actually, it's already getting going. And we got NFL week 7 as well. A lot of storylines around that. We'll get to all of it. Got some baseball tonight. We got 4 college games. Lot to delve into. Morning headlines, all sorts of stuff around the way as well. Donnie, how you doing?
Football Friday, man. I love it. It's the best day of the week, right? I say it's the best day every day, but when I really mean it, it's Friday, Jeff.
Got some practice reports coming out. Got all sorts of stuff to get to after a fun night last night. A lot going on. I'll tell you, though, Donnie, I mean, Yankees-Astros wasn't great. I mean, at least after the first 3 or 4 innings. I actually watched a lot of UL Lafayette and Arkansas State. You had an NFL game that, I'm being honest with you, Donnie, it's odd. I just don't get into these Thursday night games. I don't know why. I just don't get into them much. I was just watching other things, and I got to be real with you, Don. I mean, I didn't really get involved with the game a whole lot. I had a fantasy. I had Mahomes, which sucked, and we'll get into the game, but for whatever reason, Donnie, I just don't find these games real interesting if I don't have any money on them. I just don't. I don't really know how to get through that.
Yeah, standalone games are tough that way because you're looking at, you wanted to see what Mahomes goes down in the second quarter. And for all the people crying out here, and I watched ESPN this morning, it was like devastation. And I'm like saying, unless you're a Kansas City fan or you have a fantasy fan,
you're almost
look. Yeah. Human nature, you don't want to be mean, like, oh, that's a shame. But in the back of your head as a fan, you're going, yeah, baby, another team down we don't have to battle with. And anybody who doesn't think that way is straight up lying. When Wentz went down, we're saying, oh, my God, what a shame. No, there were standing ovations because they didn't want Philly to win anything.
Listen, correct. At the end of the day, that's a great point by you.
Yes.
This whole, we got to feel bad because a great player went down. Listen, let me tell you something. If you're the Patriots this morning, You're the Ravens. You're the
Houston. Loved it.
Yeah, Indy. Loved it. You think anyone shed a tear that Andrew Luck decided to retire? Think anyone shed a tear that as you said, Carson went down? Ben got hurt. I mean, listen, it's business as usual for these teams. And I got to tell you, Donnie, all I can say is, I'm getting retribution here. I told all of you this guy is going to get hurt eventually, and you said it with Lamar Jackson. Eventually, these guys get hurt. And again, Donnie, I got to tell you, they'll probably win that division because it's so bad. But it's as usual. The Chiefs are going to come up a bit short. I don't even care if Mahomes is in there. They're not good enough defensively to win the Super Bowl. It's just that simple. And now it looks like it could be bad. At worst,
couple weeks it looks like. Yeah. It looks like actually got positive reports back, but at the same time, I mean, come on, he's going to miss like a month, and is he going to be ready when he comes back? And can you injure it again? I don't know. That's not really bad. Yeah,
sure. And we'll get into it here in just a second. Let's get into some shout outs. Thanks for watching the show, everybody. We appreciate it. We're trying to build this up here. We've only been on the air about 2 weeks doing the Right Side of Campus. It's been a fun thing to have back. We continue to try to dole it out to people. If you're on Twitter, please hit the retweet button. Let people know what's out there. I every day, Donnie, see 1 or 2 people saying, hey, go check this out. All the time. I look at the comments of these videos. I see people, hey, I subbed. Great stuff. That's how you build a channel. We don't have Donnie, the ability to have millions of subscribers like some people. We got to grind it out. We got to build stuff, and that's what we do. So thanks to everyone for checking out the videos. We greatly appreciate it. And tell your friends. All right, Donnie, let's get into some morning headlines here. We start that out with the show every day. And the first bit of news is actually some good news, Donnie, on a Friday.
Yeah.
It's nice to start the weekend with some good news. And I saw a video earlier, really nice video of 2 old people, Donnie, in a nursing home somewhere in America. And this isn't the story. I just wanted to kind of tell you about it. There was a woman, Donnie. She has dementia, right?
Yeah.
The nursing staff put her in like a wedding gown, to go see her husband. It'd been 72 years they had been married. 72, Donnie. They've been married. Nice to see things like that. There's hope in the human race, Donnie, that or Mufu, as they say. The crazy
Mm-hmm.
love is still there between them.
Mm-hmm.
But then I saw this story. It's very cool as well. Seems like the week of giving, Donnie, in the NFL. You had Harrison Barnes do some really nice stuff for that woman that was fatally shot in Fort Worth by the police, which is sad in its own right. But it looks like Shaq, Donnie's getting involved as well. Also, this is forgotten, Donnie. We have to remember, we know Michael Jordan, who doesn't usually get involved with giving. He's not that kind of guy, but I saw he did some really nice stuff this weekend in Charlotte. But Shaq, he's donating a wheelchair-accessible home to a family of an Atlanta teen who was paralyzed in a shooting. Listen, if you're put on this earth, Donnie, and you're making just a little money, if you can give to someone else, you look at back hundreds of years ago. What was the goal? Give to others. Try to help where you can. I remember my grandmother growing up when I was a kid. My grandmother didn't have a ton of money, but I always remember when we went to church on Sunday, even my mother and father were when they were young and they didn't have a business and things like that, they would always give, and you see acts of kindness like this, especially these rich guys. It's nice to see them giving back in a philanthropic level.
Yeah, no, when you have the money to give back and you can do nice things in the community, you certainly do it. And Shaq's not a fake guy, which is, sometimes you might see some guy just, hey, I'm going to rabble rouse and get some people to donate just for goodwill. I'm pretty sure Shaq does this quite a bit that we don't even know about.
Yeah.
One of the true good guys out there for sure. Him and Charles Barkley.
Yeah, I've said it for years. Shaq's one of my favorite athletes, Donnie.
By far.
He was a great player on the court, and he's a terrific guy off the court. And he seems to always stand through the test of time, Donnie. It doesn't matter. Look, getting involved with Papa John's not exactly the easiest career move, but he's made it work for himself.
Yeah, it is.
Had anything,
that guy got a sweetheart deal, man. Good Lord.
But you also look at Don. He's never had anything negative come out about him. Shaq's always been, very, just kind of to the point.
He's always wanted to be a police officer, and he goes out on those raids. I mean, he's just a lovable big dude. That's one of those guys, Jeff, if you had like an NBA game to watch and he sat down next to you, you could just have a blast with the guy the entire time.
I mean, Donnie, Shaq is a guy that it doesn't matter what he does. He's got universal respect.
Yes.
Like white people in Iowa like Shaq, and you can get a gangbanger. They all love Shaq. Doesn't matter if he messes with police. Nobody cares. Shaq's just a lovable guy, and there's not a lot of people like that, Donnie. There's universally loved people.
Yeah, I was actually skeptical at first when he first came on the NBA TNT show with Kenny, Charles, and I was like, I don't know how this is going to work because you never really heard him in that sort of role. It's the greatest show on earth by far. It's this. Every one of those guys is fantastic, and Shaq and when they actually play off each other, they argue. It's wonderful, man. It's wonderful TV.
Shaq was my childhood, Donnie. When I was a kid, I had my first dog, the one that I found dead.
Yeah.
I named him Shaq after Shaq. He was like my favorite at the time, and it's great to see him still doing good. Great guy, great dude. And listen, Christmas is coming up, people. Whether it's just you go find a family in need, you give them some presents for Christmas, or buy them a turkey. Go out and help people. It will. Donnie, I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
And I want everyone to listen to this. You might not believe it. And I'm not one of these people that announces when I do nice things for people. I've never gotten, Donnie, a bigger high off something. We've won bets. There are all sorts of things you get happy. You have your daughter and stuff. I've never got a happier feeling than when I give things to people. I like doing that personally. And I'm not rich. I just try to help people because I feel good about it,
Yep.
But all right, let's move on. Let's move on to some not negative things, but things that are going to be a little bit more irritating, Donnie. Looks like there is a snitch in Eagles camp. And, we talked about this yesterday. First, it was, we're going to make waves because we don't like the fact that Doug's not, and Howie aren't going out and signing Jalen Ramsey. That was the first anonymous criticism. Now we're criticizing Carson Wentz and how he runs this offense. Look, I've said on the record, and I've never really heard you say it, I don't think Doug's had a particularly good year as a head coach for this team. I don't like the play calls. I think he's been kind of hamstrung on what he can do, though. And look, I think Carson has missed a lot of throws, and he needs to be better. And this is a game that he's going to have to be his tip-top best in. But now you're hearing that it's not Alshon Jeffrey and it's someone else. And this is not the kind of things you want to have in the locker room. Now, we've learned with this locker room, Donnie, stuff like this really hasn't bothered the Eagles. They found ways to always go out and get the job done. They're an underdog in this game coming up, but this is starting to get a little irritating, Donnie.
No, it is, and hopefully it goes away. And the perfect elixir for that is winning on Sunday night and taking over first place of the division, and maybe Deshaun Jackson will come back by, December 15th and for a playoff run for the Eagles. But it is kind of maddening that somebody would put their name on it. Maybe even not. Maybe somebody's rabble-rousing, but now it comes out in the media. Alshon goes on record, it's not him, and then all of a sudden Nelson Aguilar comes out the same way, it's not him. So now we got to try and find the rat on the ship. And, come on, man, enough with this nonsense.
Again, let's go through this, Donnie. Let's go through the offense. It's not Alshon. It's not Aguilar. It's not Mac Hollins or Whiteside. They're not causing any waves.
Steve Jacks.
They know better. It's not Ertz. He's like, that's Carson's boy. He ain't saying anything. It's not Goddard. He's too young. It's none of the Kelsey. That would be a complete betrayal if it was him. It's no one on the offensive line because offensive linemen don't really talk shit. Donnie, who I could think it could be? Because this kid seems like he thinks he's better than everybody else. I'm starting to get the feeling he thinks he's way better than everybody. Sanders.
No, he doesn't even talk. Does that guy even talk yet?
What do you mean he doesn't talk? He was mad because they weren't giving him the ball.
I haven't even heard him interviewed or talk about yet.
Yeah, no. They asked him about him not getting the ball enough and fumbles. He seemed like
rookie. You know who actually seems like he would do it, Jeff? Sproles.
Yeah.
How about that?
Kind of older guy.
Oh, man, I'm hurt all the time. Come on. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to sit on the sidelines. I'm going to poke holes in this. And
I'm retiring anyway. So
yeah, exactly. Yep, let me throw some flames.
That would be a real betrayal, I feel like. Because
now he's hurt now, but his role was getting diminished and saw the writing on the wall, so now he's angry.
He's also, you kind of think of him like a consigliere, Don. He's not going to say anything damaging, but maybe Silvio Dante did that in Sopranos, Donnie. Where when Tony would leave, he'd almost kind of stoke the fire a little bit.
Don't give me this preamble here. Tell me what's on your mind.
And certain episodes, he was kind of playing the fence. I could see Darren Sproles. He's an older guy. He probably knows Jacina Anderson. Maybe their wives talk, shit like that. Jacina and his wife.
Yeah.
He could be the guy. That's a good point. You don't think it's anyone on defense?
Why would it be anybody on defense outside of, again,
because they can't
Brandon Graham? Brandon Graham got paid. Maybe it's Malcolm. I don't know. He didn't get his re-up or an extra huge deal. But why would Brandon Graham mouth off when he just got broke off? And so did Fletcher Cox. You know what I mean?
Cox doesn't strike me as that kind
of guy. It's got to be a guy that's a little bit disgruntled and angry. That's who it is.
And it's Sproles.
Yeah, if they just paid you all that money, you're going to be mouthy? No, you're going to be like, I don't ever want this to come out because I love.
I'm saying this: if it's an offensive player, to me, it's either Sproles or Sanders.
It's Sproles, man.
And it's not Cox either, because Cox has that Trent Cole vibe to him, Donnie. Where all he does is hunt and stuff, and
dude, he's worried about his own. You know what I mean? Let me get my D line squared away here. He's not worried about the quarterback. Stop it.
Yeah.
One of those guys that wasn't on the field for the Super Bowl, you know what I mean?
You think Peterson knows who it is, Donnie?
Somebody has to know, yeah. And I always love this one too, Jeff. We're focused on Dallas. I haven't asked anybody about – yeah, sure you haven't, man.
Yeah, right. But it's funny because notice how Zach Brown says one thing and he's cut.
Yeah, maybe it's Zach Brown. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. That's a good point.
Yep. On his way out through a couple darts.
He's still technically an Eagles player. Yeah, I don't think the ink's not even dry yet on his cut form.
Yeah.
How does that work, Donnie, you think, when you get cut in the middle of the season? Do you think they do they bring you into the office and hey, listen,
yes,
you're done, leave?
Yeah. Same way you would.
Is that how it works?
Camp. Yeah, they got to get your books and all your stuff, man. Yeah, you just don't get cut at home. You know what I mean?
What if you're just well, I don't want to leave. I'm not leaving.
That's that's.
Do they have security that would take you out?
Yeah, that's what Butchie has to come back and remove people from the.
Oh, that big guy. Yeah. True. I get a feeling he could get beat though by a lot of those dudes.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever.
That's gotta suck though. Getting the NFL, while you make a ton of money, it does probably kind of suck. And because at the end of the day, you're just a regular person. And think about being one of those guys, Danny, that's been to 10 different teams.
Mm-hmm.
It's you never really have a home. You might have kids. They have to do you just let them stay in one city and you just kind of travel on your own?
Sometimes they do. Yeah. Yep. Especially if you're not a big money guy where it's I just signed 5 years, $40 million. then you know what I mean? But if you're just one of those, hey, I'm a mercenary, because you see them a lot, like a practice squatter, or hey, I'm here 2 weeks. I'm in this other city 2 weeks. I'm in over here 2 weeks. I just made this roster. They only need you for 2 weeks. They cut you. Then they bring you back. Jeez.
It's so funny because in South Philly, Donnie, where all the Eagles players live,
Yeah.
like
In the reserve.
yeah, Sienna plays the reserves. Yeah,
Yep.
like I remember I was at I have a friend of mine, Donnie, the guy that's taught me everything about sports betting, the Chill.
Yep.
He lives in Sienna Place.
Yeah.
And I remember I was over his house one time, and we saw Derek Barnett last year just walking his dog down the street.
Yep.
I go, yo, that's Derek Barnett. He goes, yeah. He's like, they all live here.
Yep.
He's like, we see him every day.
Why would you not? Yeah.
Yeah, and they that's just kind of where they are. It's like a little enclave. Now, the ones that have big money, they live in Jersey. Like they
live in Jersey. You're out on the main line. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
But yeah, it's gotta be sucky to be like a player like Zach Brown, who's not gonna be here very long, might be here a year. You know, you're not from here. You're never gonna be connected to this team again.
Comes in a little bit mouthy, doesn't stick. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm mouthy as it is. Let me put this out here.
How much do you think this affects the Eagles, Donnie?
Zero, absolutely, like zero.
Yeah, I don't think it does either. They never really have been affected by this kind of stuff. And if you look at teams, it doesn't really ever affect them. Look at the Patriots; they haven't missed a beat because they lost Antonio Brown.
No, they don't care.
You know?
Michael Bennett, they're just suspending him left and right. Come on, man, the beat goes on. So
Yeah.
like as soon as you're gone, what's next?
Disgusting performance last night in the Bronx by the New York Yankees. Donnie, I got to keep saying it. This has been the missed opportunity series for the Yankees. This is that simple. Game 3, you have big opportunities in the first, second, third, seemingly the whole game.
Yeah.
You just never get on the hand of the ball. You never get the ball in the seats. Last night, you had bases loaded in the first. You already had a run across. Fucking Gary Sanchez, cock block Gary Sanchez comes up and strikes out. It's really just been a disappointing series. Yeah, you thought after that, first game, you thought, okay, well, but then it's been disappointing. And last night was the game where they lost the series. They're not coming back. And I'll get into the game here in just a second. You and I'll talk about Verlander Paxton here in just a second. But disappointing, Donnie, last night. You had the rain delay. You thought, all right, rebound a little bit, get back on the horse.
That was the must-win game. That was the must-win game last night. Like, you had to win that game. You didn't have a super dominant pitcher on one side.
Yeah.
You know who's coming down the line. You got to circle the wagons. You got to take it out. And it wasn't even like, Jeff, they got just railroaded. Like, it was, oh, my God, 7-0. We couldn't do anything. One base hit. I'm not even talking about base hits, Jeff. Put the ball in play. And all of a sudden, it changes the entire complexion of the game. Like, what was the first inning? Astros have their bullpen up. Knock Greinke the hell out in the first inning. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, you had him on the ropes.
Yes.
And we know with him,
multiple times.
He is an emotional person.
Oh, jeez, here you go.
He is. Listen, I'm not making fun of the guy. He is. It's true. It's fucking baseball, Donnie. He's emotional. You got to get on the guy. The whole stadium should have been chanting at the motherfucking guy. That's how it works. If you're not you can't handle it, leave.
Jeff, what would have been better last night if you went back to old Yankee Stadium and brought that crowd into it? How about that?
Listen, you and I talked about it, Donnie, last night.
Yeah.
If Tyreek Hill, if I ever got into contact with that motherfucker.
All right, let's hold on. Yep, he comes to Philadelphia, beats Malcolm Jenkins as safety help over the top, 60-yard touchdown. He's giving his peace sign. He runs right up to the crowd, Jeff, and he's like this. And what are you telling him?
I'm telling him, get the fuck out of here, child beater, you piece of shit. Get out of here. Fuck off.
Hope it, and you know he's going to hear, and you know he's going to have something to say, and then you escalate it on top. That's what we do as fans.
Yeah, and I'm getting kicked out. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You think I care?
Yeah.
And let me tell you something, Donnie. Last night, there was a fan removed from the stadium last night.
I didn't see what he said, but I got an idea of what it was about. Go ahead.
Now, listen, this is pathetic. Okay, this is seriously pathetic. Let me read this to you, Donnie. Let me tell you, what would you do here?
Go.
One fan was reportedly ejected from the stadium before Game 4 after taunting Astros starter Zach Greinke over his battles with depression and social anxiety. The man was escorted by police as Greinke warmed up in the bullpen. According to the report, he was just one of the fans taking shots at Greinke over, not Donnie, your wife and kids, not over your mother, not over like
Yeah, that's
something.
not. Yeah, see, I grew up differently, and
Give me a fucking break.
you're not supposed to say that, but that's not a throw out offense, man. Come on, man.
Well, no, none of it is.
None of it. No.
Now, look, if you're calling someone,
Racial
racial
epithets.
slur or something,
Yes,
okay,
correct. Yeah.
you call someone you say that, fucking piece of, something like that.
No, I
Even
don't even
that.
care about that. Exactly. But we're so soft now, though, Jeff. Like the back at it's not like it was before. You know what I mean? Because your job as a fan is what? To help your home team and rattle the opponent, whether it be by noise or just in the back of your head, where we've seen it all the time back into the old NBA guys. Like, man, I'll come down the court, and every time I took a jumper, this fucking guy in the first row just was yelling dumb shit to me. And all I wanted to do was keep making threes, and this guy was just in my head. I couldn't make it work. That's what your job as a fan is, isn't it?
I mean, what the hell are we doing here?
We're not cursing. We're not cursing.
What he didn't do anything. He didn't
like, yo,
throw
like,
anything
hey, Zach, you're about to have a mental breakdown after a judge goes yard.
You're throwing people out for that.
Yeah.
What?
Aaron Judge is in your head. What? Get him out of here. Get him out.
You fucking mental weakling. Yep. Come on, man.
You couldn't make it here in New York City, Granky. Get him out.
This is disgusting. This is laughable. Oh, and then we need to hear Josh Reddick's opinion on everything. They're definitely harsh in this ballpark. They support their team as loud as they can.
Dude, let me tell you something. Like the real athletes, the real guys out there, they thrive on this, man. Can you imagine like the damage you would do to these guys? Like you're sitting there in right field and they're screaming at you, "You suck, you bomb, you're gonna K," and all you do is rip like a 420-foot blast in the right hand seats. And you just point at them, and you go back out there and just shake wouldn't you eat that up as an athlete, man? You would eat that up.
And this is why Zach Greinke is so hateable. Because like he can't
hateable.
Yes, he is. He's a hateable.
Why is he hateable? Why?
Because it's always something with him. Listen, I have fucking anxiety all the time. Get a fucking grip on yourself. Take Succolexa Pro or something. Jesus. He's hateable, Donnie. He is. Bringing attention. Yeah, I'm sure he walked over security.
Put him on Latuda. Yeah.
Remove him. That's what he said.
Yep.
Fucking guy.
Greinke, you're not going to make it out of the first. You're crazy. Oh, get him out.
You don't think this is weak by Greinke, Donnie, to do this?
I don't think Greinke had the guy thrown out.
Why would they throw him out then?
Because they just have like people around. Maybe the bullpen guy threw him out. I doubt Greinke's warming up and said, throw this guy out.
I can't stand the guy. Sorry. This isn't listen, Greinke's been a dick to a lot of people. And again, it's always I'm going to blame it on something else. Or you're just a dick. Maybe that's what it is. You don't agree with that, Donnie?
I mean, I've never had anything against Zach Greinke. What has he done? He hasn't done anything.
He's hateable. He's like Zach Ertz to me. Just hate him.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know why. All right, let's move on here. So you don't think the guy should have been ejected, right?
No, I'm much more like unless you're coming at the guy's family or you're throwing racial bombs at him. Come on, man, we're fans. Stop.
Sure. Are the Yankees going to win or is it over? I think it's over. I think they lose tonight. I think all those fans, it's going to be a sad night walking out of that stadium. I mean, they're just so good pitching. I mean, last night you weren't able to get the job done against a guy you should be able to beat. Now you're looking at who? Donnie Verlander.
Yeah, and okay, great. You're going to celebrate you beat Verlander. You know who coming up next, Jeff?
Yeah, Cole.
Yeah, exactly. Good luck.
Yeah, the game's over. I mean, it's done. So, they could, and look, Donnie, if you go back to, and I'm sure you said it too. I want to say I probably heard you say it.
Yeah.
If you go back to all of our previews for the season,
Yep.
People ask me, do you think the Yankees can win the World Series? And I said, no, I do not. I don't think their pitching rotation is good enough. Yeah. And if they don't go out and fix it, they're not going to win the World Series. It's that simple.
Yep. I remember when people in the past was like, dude, man, you could, like, DeGrom was up, start with Gleyber Torres. Hey, trading Gleyber Torres. Yeah, how would that look now, having DeGrom on your team? Going 8 innings, just bombing on people. Frontline starting pitching is how you win. Batters don't matter. If you have great bat, the Yankees can always pay for another bat, but it's so hard to find that 1A, 2A pitcher. And who's going to be in the World Series, Jeff? Is there a better 1-2 combo on either team in the entire league than what you're going to end up getting with the Nationals and the Astros? None. Zero.
No, you're not. And look, I mean, you had your opportunities if you're the Yankees. You could have went out and got Dallas Keuchel Yeah, he would have been good in that ballpark. You could have got a guy to come in and help your team win games.
Like it gets down to the same point, Jeff. Like the Yankees, look at the Yankees payroll, the amount of superstars they have, the amount of people that they have down in like the single A, double A, and triple A levels that you can make moves for. And they were actually, if there wasn't going to be a rainout, Jeff, the Yankees were going to have a bullpen day in the league championship series. That's embarrassing for your GM. That's embarrassing.
No, this has been Brian Cashman though.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
And people vilified Steinbrenner for how he used to be. He just goes out and buys players.
Exactly. Go out and get Kevin Brown. Go out and get Mussina.
Yeah, well,
we're struggling at pitching. Did you ever have starting issue problems back in the 90s and early 2000s? Nope.
And were you ever not the team to beat?
Exactly. Yep.
You're not the team to beat anymore. Sorry. Houston is. And the Nationals are. And other teams are. The Yankees aren't. This whole building from the inside. How's Gary Sanchez worked out when it matters most? What's he hitting? Under 100? Give me a fucking break.
Yep.
He's a fucking catcher, by the way, too. He ain't a second baseman. Catcher. He ain't a left fielder. You can get a catcher and be. You don't need a good catcher to win games, Donnie. Sorry. Do you think you do? I don't think you do.
No, because there's no real running game anymore. You know what I mean? Most people aren't just stealing left and right. So what's the point of having a super ultra? He's got to hit. That's the whole point of him being there.
That's been my thing with Buster Posey for years. People tell me how great Buster Posey is. He's a fucking catcher. Who cares about Buster Posey? There's 3 or 4 really good catchers in major leagues. So no, the Yankees do not win tonight. They lose, and they're going to have to deal with what's going to happen because they don't have any pitching.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into football, Donnie. Want to start out with some college tonight. I'm going to throw it over to you, and you can tee me up on some of these games, and we'll try to find some winners. Last night, Donnie, the information we gave out, again, very good information. What did I tell you all week, Donnie, about Davis Mills?
Not going to play.
And if he didn't play, what should you not do?
Not bet on Stanford.
Correct. What happened last night? Jack West started. And
should not have bet on Stanford, yes.
The other game, we were dead on the money with, Donnie. UL Lafayette, too strong for Arkansas State. It was interesting early.
Yes.
Lafayette's play calling was not good. For whatever reason, they just threw the ball a ton. I don't know why. What did I tweet you or I DM you, Donnie? Do you remember?
What, towards the end of the game?
No, first.
The first one. Yeah, exactly. Let's try to – they know we're going to run. Let's pass.
Yeah. 3 straight passes for Lafayette.
Yeah, great.
With a left-handed quarterback.
Yep.
Donnie, when he throws the ball, does it look like every pass is going to be incomplete? Or
no. You're what you're hoping for is you bought enough time and somebody's wide open. There's no way the guy's ooh, that guy's got some nice touch on there. The thing I always get a kick out of watching Arkansas State last night was there when they were on. I couldn't even believe that it was 10-10 at one point because I'm looking at Arkansas State's offense and going, how are they moving the football with this stupid quarterback that's just given the jet sweep every play to his running back? And I'm like, this is not going to work, and it didn't work for the rest of the night.
Yeah, I was just like, why aren't you running? You can get 10 yards every play.
They're fun. You're not going to see lower level competition, man. It's very rare that you have everything you need at running back within 3 or 4 guys. Speed, power, it doesn't matter. Just keep handing the football. If you're ULL, just keep handing the football off. You'll be fine the rest of the year.
How rough was that last possession, too? Because it was they were up 10, backdoor cover, and they were driving, too.
Yes.
And then they get the ball back and just break up a big run.
Bust that long run is put it away.
There ain't much better feelings than that. 3 minutes to go. You get that big run. You go up 18.
Yep.
You're laying 6.5. It's like.
And you get a shitty offense. You're like, dude, just give me one stop, baby. I need one stop here. And they get it.
And they did. They got the pick in the end zone. It's beautiful. So yeah, we've been Donnie. This Sunbelt stuff's worked for us. We had Troy the other night. We had Lafayette last night. Let's see what we can do today. What do we got? 4 games here.
Load them up, 309, 310. Marshall, Florida Atlantic, Jeff. We take a look at the spread markets here. 71% of those tickets coming in on Florida Atlantic. Pinnacle opens up at 5.5. But, Jeff, despite all that coming in on Florida Atlantic, your Marshall boys dropping that line to 4.5. Marshall, Florida Atlantic.
You keep this one above 3 for me. This is probably going to be a play for me. This is probably going to be the only game I like tonight. Listen, I've talked before about Doc Holliday. Doc Holliday, Donnie, Marshall's head coach, one of the best underdog coaches in the country. I mean, there's not many better than Doc Holliday. He's covered 9 of 12 as a dog. He's 6-1 as a road dog. He's just been a hard-headed motherfucker as a dog. And angry dogs, Donnie, we know what they do. They fight. This is a good defense for Marshall. For what it's worth, they have faced some really tough competition. But remember, they went out to Boise, held that Broncos team down. Again, I know they got beat up by Cincinnati. That was just one of those games where they just didn't play particularly well. They came back last week with a win. This is a big game for them. Really need to have it. I think their quarterback and running game's good enough, and they have a really big advantage, Donnie, here in the trenches. Their offensive line is really good. I think they handle FAU in the trenches, and FAU just doesn't do much for me anymore. This is not a vintage FAU football team. Defensively, they're not great. There's no Devin Singletary walking through the door here. I think this is a tough spot for FAU. This is a good underdog team with, I think, the battle in the trenches won. I'll gladly take Marshall as an underdog here. I like the spot for the
Jeff, Devin Singletary not walking through that door for Florida Atlantic, but he's walking through the door for the Buffalo Bills this weekend, finally practicing. Keep an eye on that for the NFL. But back to this Marshall game, Jeff, something that, we like to look for outliers, right? And you know as well as I do, there are a ton of Florida kids on that Marshall football team.
Yeah.
There's their recruiting hotbed. That's where Doc Holliday goes. And that's why Marshall is successful, because all the kids they pull out of Florida. This is a huge game for the program itself as well.
That's a great point. Yeah, you always, Donnie, we look for those outside outliers, and not the dumb ones like mascots and shit like that, or stupid crap. Stuff that actually matters.
They can play in front of family in these games, and they love that stuff, man.
For a team like Marshall that goes outside of the state of West Virginia and recruits, you know who else does this, Donnie, in West Virginia? Bobby Huggins at WVU. How many times have you heard guys from the Bronx, Harlem? They love playing in Madison Square Garden. They've been terrific in New York, Donnie. If you look at under Huggins, this is the kind of spot you like to back. You also like to back, Donnie, that, the Tulsas against the Oklahomas, the step-ups in the state, where you're playing against guys that, didn't recruit you or you weren't good enough. You get a chip on your shoulder in those kind of games. And that's a great point by you. I think it's a really good spot for the Herd here. They've seemingly, for what it's worth, been good in these kind of weekday games, outside of a Saturday spot. They're good enough for me as a dog. I like them in this spot here.
How about this one coming up, Jeff? 3-11, 3-12, Pittsburgh and Syracuse. Boy, we would have thought Syracuse's offense, Jeff, would be a little bit farther along at this point. Other games during the season against Maryland scored 20 points. Against Clemson scored 6. All right, you drop 52 on Western Michigan and 41 on Holy Cross. Then you get back to doing nothing and put up a 10 spot against NC State, something that we thought would be a little bit more ahead of the curve at this point here. But now you're going up against the Pittsburgh Panthers, 161%, Jeff, actually backing the Pittsburgh Panthers on the road. The line opened up as a favorite for the Pittsburgh Panthers at 3.5. That's now sitting at 4.5 at Chris, 4 at FanDuel, 3.5 at Sugar House. So some line move there, which is interesting because before the season, maybe you wouldn't be thinking that way, but now a dog at home for Syracuse, but their offense ain't showing up yet.
This has been one of the more disappointing teams in the country, Syracuse. I actually thought they would be the team in the ACC to give Clemson a run for their money. They usually do every year, but this has been a disappointing group. Dino Babers, you really got to wonder what's going on with him. This offense looks really lost. They have a quarterback in DeVito that has been disappointing. Defensively, they've not been good. But this could be a spot, Donnie, where I feel like I'm not really sure Pittsburgh should be a favorite in this spot. Pittsburgh doesn't do the little things, Donnie. They're horrific from a special teams perspective. They're also not good from a penalty yards perspective. A lot of the little things. When you're a team like Pittsburgh, where you're going into a game where maybe a team has been disappointing, you kind of want to, that stuff will kind of even out because Pittsburgh, I don't think really anywhere on the field is stronger or more athletic than Syracuse. Also, Cuse at home here. And the season's not totally dead for Syracuse. They have 3 wins. I think the goal now, Donnie, is to get to a bowl game. And you have some really winnable games coming up. This is one of those winnable games. This is another game where, look, if I'm getting the underdog price at home with a team that I think does a lot of the little things well, I think this is more what Syracuse's level is. I'll gladly take them here.
All right, Jeff, real quick, I'm going to give you a trivia question. This just came out. Let me know who you think this is. I will tell you on the record, that's not something I mess with. I don't mess with that. You feel me? That's one thing that needs to be known. It's not how I do business. That's out of my character.
You're saying what movie is that from?
No, it's actually a player that just released that statement today in the Philadelphia media.
Wait, say that again?
All right, ready? I will tell you on the record, that's not something I mess with. I don't mess with that. You feel me? It's one thing that needs to be known. It's not how I do business. It's not my character.
Alshon.
No, it's actually Nelson Aguilar. How about that? Doesn't sound like the way Nelson would talk, would it?
Yeah, he doesn't seem like that kind of guy. But yeah, for me, I'm gonna go Cuse here. I'll take another dog.
All right, Jeff. Here's an interesting one. If you remember just a couple years ago, Jeff, it was, I believe, not a Friday night, but a Saturday night that if you were feeling really good, they had Northwestern, you covered, you congratulated yourself, and all hell broke loose on a couple backward laterals that ended up in a touchdown in the end zone for Ohio State. This one, Jeff, probably not going to be that close. 74% of the tickets coming in on Ohio State. Looks like 27 and a half, sitting 27s now across the board after that opening number. Over on this one rose a little bit from 48 to 50. Ohio State down a couple left tackles, but is this one of those games where you say, Northwestern stinks, but look who's on deck next for Ohio State.
Yeah, but these big underdogs haven't been getting the job done. Like, you're just kind of thinking like, oh, they're going to be looking ahead or something. Really hasn't mattered. And look, let's be honest, Donnie. I mean, this game's 48-0 in the third quarter. Is anybody worried that Northwestern's going to like score?
Yeah, I would be surprised if it's 48-0, but I get your drift. Like 23-0, and Ohio State's just in full control. Like, you don't even know if Northwestern can score to get the backdoor cover.
Yeah, I got to be honest. I don't think there's any reason to think that this game isn't in the 48. This is Ohio State's really good, and this is a really slow Northwestern team
on a slow turf. Yeah,
yeah. I just don't think they're really. They are horrific offensively. If I'm looking at this game, I'm probably laying the points. It's under 4 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a first half. Maybe a team total under for Northwestern is a horrible offense. Yeah, I'd be laying it here if I had to.
Final up just on the 4-pack tonight, 10 o'clock, 3:15, 3:16 on the West Coast, UNLV Fresno State. 68% of these tickets, Jeff, coming in on Fresno State. Line opened up at 13-14. Now we're over the 2-touchdown mark here. Minus 14.5, so pretty much all the way across the board for Fresno State.
Yeah, I think this number's too low. And I'm going to use a situation, Donnie, that we had a couple weeks ago on a Friday night. Remember Air Force was a 20.5-point underdog to San Jose, or favorite to San Jose.
Yes.
San Jose was coming off that win against Arkansas, if we remember. I mentioned on this, I think this show actually, that I actually really liked Air Force. Problem was they got backdoored. Number was a bit too high. This number's not high enough. If this number was 20.5, I would not bet it. Even 17, I wouldn't bet it. But this is a good spot for Fresno. You got a bad UNLV team coming in off a win against an SEC team that they'll use as bulletin board material. We, though, both know Vanderbilt is not a good football team.
No.
They're probably the worst Power 5 team outside of Rutgers in the country. This is a bad UNLV team with a quarterback that I don't think is going to be able to move the ball against Fresno. Fresno's not as good as they were last year, but they're still a solid football team. This number's too low to me. I would have put it around 17 probably. This should be a 38-17 type of win, I think, something like that. I'm gladly interested for anything under 20. I think this one will get the job done.
Yeah, no, 4-pack tonight, getting set for tomorrow. And I think the game we're all excited, I don't want to say excited about, but I do like to see Penn State at night in Happy Valley, all those people, the whiteout, Michigan comes to town. As I said with you, Jeff, me and you get a lot of joy out of this game, not because we give a damn about either one of those teams, but no matter what happens at the end of the game, one of these guys lose, and it's a lot of fun for us.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I hate Michigan, as many people know. I also hate James Franklin. So, yeah, it's a good game to really kind of hate on people, right?
No, yeah, it is a real good one. You're gonna watch a game with Dia tomorrow and just yell at him the whole time?
No, we usually watch the Eagles together, so he doesn't come over. He doesn't live that close to me, so it's we kind of just pick one day, and it's usually the Eagles. So plus, like, I got to be honest, I fucking hate Michigan. So like him and I there, he doesn't really like it because like he knows I don't like Michigan.
Yep.
So, but I also hate Penn State. And if you ask me who do I hate more, I probably hate Penn State more. Let's do a couple comments, Donnie, and then we'll get into the NFL. A couple of college comments here. Minnesota's going 7-0. They'll slaughter Rutgers. I agree. That should be the blowout of the weekend, Donnie.
Mhm.
Rutgers is terrible. Donnie, how many passing yards did Rutgers have last week?
Oh, yes, that was 1 yard, and for a total in the game of 75 yards combined. That's impressive.
Ugly stuff.
So 70. Let's get this straight, Jeff. Like 75 yards for the game. Like you get the ball in your own 25 because you're getting lit on offense, or excuse me, defense. So that means like you're getting like a few yards of drive. Good Lord, man.
Yeah, I actually forgot to look that up. I want to go watch the replay of that game. Jesus Christ, this fucking idiot! Leave the fucking food outside of the door. He's like, come to the door and unlock it. My food's out here. I said, just leave it outside, Donnie. Remember, I got food.
Yes, yeah. We're getting nice. Jeff, how come you guys call it a grinder out there?
I don't call it a grinder.
No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, they call it sub.
Yeah,
sub.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a chicken corn soup and a sub. So
yeah, I'm a big soup guy, by the way.
Love it.
Yeah.
I don't love soup. I think it's good on a day like this. You know,
no, chicken corn soup. You get or tortilla soup. Like I'm a big fan of that. Like give me some. I love broccoli cheddar soup. Yes, Italian wedding, very good. Yeah.
No, soup is a great thing. I eat a lot in winter, Donnie. My dad put me onto that. I used to work with my dad years ago, and during the winter he would get those like thermoses.
Yes.
He would get those like really good soups. What are they? Yep. Where are they from? The ones that have like you get like all these different kind of soup in the can. I forget what it's called.
Progresso or Chunky, all that stuff.
Yeah, whatever. And like he would heat it up and it'd be warm all day in the thermos.
Yeah.
And he'd just take, it was good stuff. Like when it's real cold out, you get in the truck, you get the nice soup. Damn, those are rough days, man. Think back to that.
Yeah, broccoli's the perfect rotation, saying broccoli cheddar. I love it. And you know what the best part about it is? Not every place makes good soup. So you got to be on the lookout. You can't just go to like Wawa and get like a chicken noodle. It's like, come on, man.
No. See, the thing actually their chicken noodle soup's actually pretty good, Wawa. But up here, they're big, a lot of Amish influence.
Oh, yes, sure.
A lot of these places, maybe at one point years ago were Amish owned. This is a deli in the city. They actually are very good, though. The soup is terrific.
Yep.
Chicken corn soup's awesome.
Yeah,
nothing better than chicken corn because you got like a lot of mix in there. You got corn.
Yeah, you got a little bit of flavor. You got some spice. Yes.
Yeah, a little capoe. Eggs. It's great. It's great stuff. Sure. Panera soup is good.
It is good. Panera is good.
I haven't been to Panera in years. It is a white people calling card. Panera. You ever go into Panera, Donnie? Just look around. It is amazing.
I've been in Panera a lot. Sure.
You know how like if you live in like an Italian neighborhood, Donnie, social clubs like your spot. For white people, Panera. It's a lot. Love it. They love that place. All right.
You ready for this one, Jeff? One more quick trivia. All right, ready?
Okay.
There's a lot of people who know a lot of people, just like know you. It sounds like a story is being written. We're focused on the Cowboys. Nah, ain't me.
That's Alshon.
This is great. This is good stuff, man. I can't even believe this is a story, but these quotes coming out are awesome, man.
I think this helps the Eagles even more.
Yeah.
Because the Cowboys are worried about who's going to play. We're just worried about, hey, who's going to be most annoyed and wanting to get out there and fucking kill it. And you know what, Donnie? This will also show everybody else, hey, listen, you need a big game this week. Somebody's going to be on somebody's good side. You want to be on the boss's good side. This is a fun one here. All right, Donnie, let's just kind of put a bow on the week. What else do we have here? Any injury news to keep an eye on? What do we have?
We love Fridays, Jeff. And if it sounds like a broken record, me and Jeff do like to throw jabs at people. There's no names needed on these people, but who will tell you it doesn't matter who's in or who's out. So the Dallas Cowboys, there's a lot of smoke screens going on here, Jeff. And you know as well as I do, it's all gamesmanship here. Nobody's practicing. And all of a sudden on Friday, people are going to practice. But keep in mind what an NFL practice is designed to do, Jeff. If you're on a Friday, it's probably just helmets alone, maybe some shells, meaning just shoulder pads. You're not going full gear. So if you have a helmet and you have your shoulder pads and you show up at practice, you're quote unquote practicing that day. Limited. You know what limited actually can mean in this? You go through a drill and catch a pass and then go work on the side. You were limited. He's got a chance to play. Trust me on this. If you're not practicing hard all week, it's very hard on Friday and even a walk through Saturday to flip it on and say, I'm ready to rock and roll, because we're not talking about, just like some center or guard that just has like a strained hamstring. He's going to gut it out. Fine-tuned athletes like the Amari Cooper's going to play that. Looks like he's going to play Sunday. I don't know about that one, Jeff.
Yeah, and again, Donnie, you have to be willing to go through some things that might, and that's where I think you and I and other like higher level handicappers are, where we kind of look through stuff like that. It's kind of like, Donnie, you look at the weather, right? Your Apple iPhone weather is just going to be like kind of a light, cheap version of what the weather is. Yeah. When you look at weather, you want to go to your National Weather Service. You want to go to your really strong meteorologist who knows what they're doing. When I hear about injuries in the NFL, when they say limited, as you said, limited means you were lightly doing things. You were kind of
like you're not even in on 7. Like, yes, like you're running. Hey guys, line up. I'm going to throw some passes to you as a quarterback. Like that's limited. You know what I mean?
Right. And we know how strenuous being in the NFL is. Yes. You need that recovery. You need that practice time to get your bones back to where they need to be. You can't just go in and say, "Oh, I'm good. I'm good."
It's like still like if you're saying like, because we look at it differently as well, like a shoulder injury or a bruised rib, like they're a little bit different. But when you're talking about hamstring, knee, ankle, those just don't just, oh yeah, he's good to go. You know what I mean? Once you get in an NFL game on turf, let's just Tyron Smith, for example, Jeff, high ankle sprain, right? It's one thing going out there and doing a little bit in practice. You know what another thing is? Taking on Fletcher Cox on a stunt where he's pushing you into the quarterback. Yes, let's see if your ankle holds up.
Yeah, and you don't want to be the guy that hurts yourself even more.
Yeah.
Donnie, we never talked about last night?
What?
The Chiefs game. We never talked about that, did we?
What do you mean?
I look back at the show we've done here. We never talked about that game.
Probably not. Probably because I like Denver in that game. Sometimes it's nice, like you give out picks or plays or do that. But when you don't actually, theoretically lose big money on those, it feels good. Like, God damn, like I'm watching the game 6-0 Denver last night. But you know what? Look at that crap Kansas City defense. And then if you follow, Jeff follows my timeline. A lot of you guys do as well. I've bet the Broncos a few times this year. And every third down, it boggles my mind what the coaching staff must tell Joe Flacco and how he operates. Like the only thing you can't do here, Joe, is fumble on a sack or take a sack. Just throw the ball away and we'll score points. And he got sacked 9 fucking times last night, mostly on third down, like an imbecile.
Yeah, it's rough, man. I mean, that was a rough performance. I mean, he had Matt fucking Moore as the quarterback. And
who didn't do this out here? If you're a live in-game guy, you see Mahomes go down. It's a 6-point game or 3-point game or 4-point game at the time. They kicked the field goal, I think, to make it 7. Who didn't think that Denver was probably going to come back? And Denver was so inept, which again, Jeff, brings us back to the Eagles, which gotta say, even though I liked Denver last night, it's got a little bit of a cheer going. Hey, John, time to sell, buddy. Time to sell.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Donnie Rightside getting ready for football this weekend. Donnie, before we go, I think I might have a new obsession.
What?
And I don't know really, I don't know where to go with this, and I'm going to make this clear. Don't fucking blow up my DM, and don't be a shithead that says you are and you're not.
Oh.
I want someone, and I don't care about your local fucking track. I want someone, and I don't want people that handicap Kentucky Derby, and I don't want that shit. I want local guys that know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want it every day. I want to just be able to kind of find you and you give me a good tip. Don't contact me with bullshit because I fucking dox you if you do. I don't want to get bullshit here. I like horses. It's fun. I'm starting to like it. I won a big game race yesterday. Donnie, I'm addicted almost. I need more of this.
Was it Gabe's horse?
Oh, Conflict Diamond.
Yeah. Man, how do you remember shit like that? Good.
Yeah, I just remember. No, it was Keeneland, wherever the fuck that is.
Yeah.
And I had
Keeneland Dan?
Yeah, a lot of people know who it was that gave me it, but he gave it out, and I bet it, and it was awesome. It was a 15-1 horse, and now I'm playing with house money.
Yeah.
So before we go, Donnie, I just want to see what the races are today and see if any sound interesting to you. Can we do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Quickly, let's see if any sound interesting. Let me get my odds up here. Okay, let's go to Racebook. Oh yeah, Racebook. It's fun.
Now, is anything because I don't check? I don't think like FanDuel or any of them are even allowed to bet horses. Isn't it like something like my local actually has horse
That's where
betting
I'm
on
at.
there? But yeah, but not. I guess you can't go through those channels.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Okay, Donnie,
Yeah.
today we have the Meadowlands,
Hmm?
Wheeling Downs matinee,
There you
which
go.
is West Virginia.
West Virginia. Yep.
We got Wolverhampton, which I believe is in England,
Jesus.
and then Gulfstream Park West.
There you go. That's my West. Where's that at West? So there's two Gulf Streams?
Yeah, I guess.
Ooh,
You also have
okay.
Belmont Park,
Yeah.
Indiana Downs, more Keeneland, Donnie. Okay. Keeneland's back this week.
Yep.
All right, I gotta find what we're doing today. And Donnie, what I'm doing is I'm just doing win place. Like I'm like finding horses and just betting on the win.
Yeah,
and,
first or second. Yeah.
correct. Now yesterday, that one I hit on one, I had that horse to win and to play.
Yes.
It was sweet.
We were down at Gulfstream in late summer. That's what I was doing. I would bet like, $20 on the horse to win and like $10 on it to at least show. So at least you got something back out of it,
Now again, I'm not a stingy guy. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not. If you're good and you give me winners, I'll break you off. I'm not that kind of guy. Remember Tony Donnie in Sopranos?
Yes.
Ralph? He was giving Ralph tips.
He was just holding his hand out too, wanting more of that stack, Jeff.
Right. So if you hit me up and you're like, and I don't want to hear your fucking life story on how you bet horses. Just hit me up and be like, yo, Keeneland, race 8, bet the 6 or something. I don't want to hear your life story on how you bet horses with your dad. And I don't care about that. Just give me stuff.
Wally, what city is Gulfstream West in? Where is it?
California, right?
I don't know. I'm assuming because Gulfstream is just outside of Miami, like in Florida. So I guess west. It's probably out there. Yeah.
Okay, Donnie, listen. We're at race 3 in Keeneland. Okay. Now that's where I was betting yesterday.
What time we talk? What time's the gate?
We got a gate post time in 18 minutes.
Oh, let me do it. Come on. Let's do it.
I got to be on.
Hold on.
I got to get involved.
What are we doing? But you don't know a horse, or you say you got one?
Actually, I think I got
Well, why would anybody? How would anybody know? Hold on. Let me get.
I think I got one, Donnie. I have to do this.
This is where I was doing all my Kentucky Derby. So I'm going to do it with you. Hold on.
Okay, okay, everyone. If anyone wants to, I'm doing this off my thoughts. I've not looked at the form.
Where is my horse racing at?
I haven't looked at anything. So let me know, Donnie, when you have your.
You know what? This guy must only be a like a big. You know what I mean? Like a big. Yeah, I'm surprised by that. Must only be like the bigger races, I guess.
So you don't have it.
I don't have it on my load.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. And here's what
I wanted to get in on that too.
Here's what I'm thinking, Donnie. How do I not do this? Okay, Keeneland, which is where I was betting yesterday, where I won.
Yeah.
The horse I won on yesterday, on the 15 that Dave gave out, it was the 10 horse. Donnie, the 10 horse in race 2 is called Catholic Guilt. How do I not bet that horse?
Yeah.
5-1.
Look, I got cricket and rugby, and you tell me we ain't in tennis, and I can't get in on this entertainment lottery props.
Now, up at the top, does it have a race book?
No, it doesn't.
You just got to call your guy and be like, "Yo, can you add the race?"
Yeah, come on, man.
Yo, call your guy. You got 18 minutes. You got to text your guy and be like, "Yo, let me in on this." You
got
don't
to go
have
to
any,
Twin Spires.
You have any offshores, Donnie?
Actually, good point.
Let me know when you get this. We're all betting this.
Hold on.
I'm betting this.
Good point. I actually wasn't even thinking about that. Good point.
So we're going Keeneland. Post time is 2:13. Keeneland. Oh, Donnie, you know another thing about Keeneland that's cool?
What?
Is you can watch all the races for free.
Yeah, no, they're good with that now. You're right. You're absolutely
Sweet.
right. They're good with that. Yeah.
And the stream's awesome. There's no buffering.
Come on. I'm on Bet Online. Where am I going here? Let's go.
Okay, go to horses.
I'm trying to even find it. So baseball, football, hockey, other sports. That's got to be it. There we go. Snooker. God damn, where's the horses at, man?
Jesus, it's like pulling teeth to get.
Oh my
Donnie.
God, this is horrible.
Let me look at Bet Online. Jesus.
Yeah, get on there, man. It's other sports I'm under, and I'm finding darts, futsal, handball, lacrosse.
Futsal's actually fun to bet. You got to go up to the top. Race book.
Where does it say race book? Oh, there we go. Yep. There we go. All right, now we got it.
And then go to Keeneland, yep.
Okay.
And we're going to race
Horse 3, 15 minutes to post.
Yeah, race 3.
You don't like Bird King, Jeff? Come on, man.
No, I like Catholic Guilt.
Oh, you can fill it in each box. Okay, yeah, I got you here.
I gotta bet that.
All right,
I'm betting them to win and to place.
5 to 1. I got 5 to 1. What you got?
5 to 1 also.
All right. Okay.
I'm betting that. Catholic Guilt.
Yep.
So race 3, the 10 horse. Catholic Guilt.
$10.
Gotta bet that. All right. So if anyone wants to get involved, we're betting Keeneland. Race 3, the 10 at 5 to 1 to win and to place.
Yeah, there we go. I'm in. Yep.
Damn, I almost wish we could do this. We should do this live, bro. This would be fun, but we can't hang on that long. So yeah,
I got it. So you go to Keeneland. How do I watch it on Keeneland? What's the website?
Wait, hold on. Well, okay, Wally George, listen to this, Donnie.
Yeah.
Keeneland race 3 is a maiden race for horses who's never won a race.
Yeah.
Look for second-time starters, and the 10 is a second-time starter.
All right, there we go.
Perfect. Thank you, Wally. Good work. Yeah, if you go to Keeneland, Donnie, there's like a website they have.
Yep.
And it should be like racing and then like live racing or something.
Yeah, there we go. I got racing right there. 14. Yep, there we go. Perfect.
That's sweet,
good.
right?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
We're in. Live racing coverage. All right, let me turn this down.
We got to almost stay on the air, don't we, Donnie, for this?
Yeah, you know what? We might as well.
Okay, listen, let me go get my food. It's outside my door. So let me just hang on, Donnie, all right?
Yeah, let me get this up. I need to get this live.
Okay, let me put this on the screen, Donnie, what we're betting here. Let me create a banner here and okay, anyone that wants to get involved, we're doing some shit right now. We're betting my new obsession.
I'm going to take it to I'm going to do the same and take it to place as well.
Keeneland race 3, the 10 horse. How long till post, Donnie?
It is 13 minutes, 50 seconds.
So 14 minutes to post. Yeah. We're going to hang on here. We're going to just fuck around. So if anyone wants to join us here, look at the banner, Donnie. There it is.
Yes.
All right, let me get my food. I'll be right
back.
Hot
tips. Jeff can't hear us now. Can you hear us, Jeff? Nah, we're going to snake. If he loses his force, we got to snake him. Got the live feed up. Tiny Dan's is the 6 horse. All right. Now we're live. Looks like good. Fast track. Doesn't look like any rain. All right.
All right. So, yeah, if anyone wants to get involved, here we go. I'm on it. Let's go. All right.
Yeah, I got the live feed up. They're showing Tiny Dan's out there, Jeff.
Is this the only one we get involved with, or do we have fun with someone else?
No, I'm doing this one. This is my ace. Yeah, this is my lunch money for today. I got $20 invested.
See, but the thing about this is, like, if we hit this one, we got to keep going. Like,
we're ready.
This is the best. All right, here we go. There it is, maiden claiming. Let's look Donnie, look at the live odds for our horse.
Is it dropping?
5 to 2 now.
There we go. See that? That's because we moved on it. We just moved on it.
Yeah, we're telling you. Yeah, that's sweet. See, it has the odds. It's like moving.
I got a guy from Jersey. I got a guy from PA that just hit it outside. Where is Keeneland anyway? What state we looking at here?
Kentucky.
7. Yeah, 7.
What was the horse that Ralph killed? Pyomai.
Yeah. Let me see here. Let's see if we got
Big Man is as giddy about this as college basketball. Yeah, I mean, it was fun. Like, it's fun if it wins. Like, and if you lose,
where's our horse at? Yeah, I got to see the horse coming around. Oh, there he is, right there, 10.
Yeah. Oh, he looks like a nice mare.
Purple. All right.
Oh yeah, I like that little guy. He looks like a good horse. All right, we're gonna have to fight off, Donnie. Looks like the 6 horse is where we're gonna have to fight off.
Oh, there we go. Now we got some.
I mean, look at the odds. Do we almost get involved with the 6 as well? I don't think either the 6 or 10 lose.
Nah, dude, we got to go all in on the set.
Let's just go in on Catholic Guilt.
Yeah.
How do we not go all in on Catholic Guilt? And
I don't
this
know.
is
We
what you
moved the
get.
line too,
I'm
man.
not sharing this on Twitter either. If you're listening to the show, you're the only one that's going to get this.
Got it up on the screen. Now, would you be allowed, Jeff, to transfer your screen so we can all watch the race as we do it, or is that illegal?
Not a bad point, actually. Let me look into that a little bit.
Yeah.
Could lag a little
Listen,
bit.
here we go.
All right, good.
Looks like a nice day. You know what I mean? Nice autumn day. There comes the 4. Here comes the 5. This might be a daily occurrence, Jeff. And we got to pick a race.
Just one
that,
race.
Yes, that ends at 5, like that kicks off 10 minutes before we get off the air. That's what I mean. Yeah, we might have to do this every day.
I don't want to show the thing because it's I'd probably slow down the stream a little bit. Now, keep in mind, Donnie, this is just strictly how good. Maybe I'm a good horse capper, Donnie.
5-2. I love it. That's so fun.
I just picked a 10, and it happens to be the right horse. How about that?
Yeah.
This is destiny. It's got to hit.
It's got to win.
Catholic Guild. It's the horse I won on. It's the 10 kind of horse I won on yesterday. It's the same track. It just happens to be Keeneland. Got it.
Are entering the track for Keeneland's third race. Maidens 2 years of age, a $50,000 claiming price, 1 mile over the fast main track. Race will finish in the short stretch at the first wire. Double pick 3 and Super High 5 featured here. Carryover for the Super High 5.
Wait, is it 2-1 now, Jeff?
Yeah. Yes. Holy
that's
shit.
funny.
We're getting this, Donnie. They're moving odds here.
That is hilarious.
Hey, Wally, you see those odds moving, don't you, pal?
That's pretty funny.
We're a favorite, Donnie. That's not good. That sucks.
It's bouncing back. That's pretty good.
People
Jeff. Maybe we can put up enough to buy this horse if he wins. 50 G's. Wait, so you got to pay 50 G's to the horse if you want him?
I think. I don't know.
It's a claiming. Yeah.
All right, where is our guy? He's coming. Fit my tack.
Oh, so what is this? It says Tiny Danza may sit closer with blinkers and the longer trip. Wildcat West should like the trip. Catalano Barn knows how to get a first timer ready. Bird King drew tough draw barns well. Makabuli's barn is strong first time claiming. I don't know what the hell it means. Whose barn we got?
Where's that? Where'd you get that from?
I'm reading from Bet Online. Catholic Guilt, Jay Rosario, I guess trained by B. Cox or whatever it is. They give up quickly on him. He faded to 9th of 12 in his MSW debut, and now he shows up for half his 100,000 yearling price. Barn is excellent with both 2-start maidens and MSW MCL drops, though, so there's upside here nonetheless.
That's a good thing. So what is that saying, Donnie?
What?
Yeah, I know what 2-1 equals, Wally. Thanks. No, who are they saying the winner should be?
I don't know. I don't really think they're giving you a winner's thing. They're just giving a background on the race.
What they say about the one, Donnie?
Bird King?
Yeah.
First time started by 13%, 2-year-old sire.
And planning for the future of
Mind Shift, half the Birdstone and Birdtown. No wonder Trainer No Chase debuts him at 2 turns. Rail may be tough, but Barn is strong with first timers, even going long. Contender in this race.
We got a horse that has upside. That's all I could ask for. And he's good at these. He's good in these maiden second timer things.
We got to reach out to some of these trainers of these horses.
So Wally, who do you think's going to win? Wally George seems like he knows what he's doing. Who do you think's going to win, Wally? See, Donnie, this is what people are like that don't know about basketball or football.
Yeah, they just want to get on and just get something.
Fucking great. I've never been in this position until right now. So Wally, who do you think's going to win? Because we're only about 5.5, 6 minutes away here.
Yeah, 6 minutes. Keeneland. Got it up on the screen. I'm ready.
Jason Finley works at Park, so he can get some info.
There you go.
That might be insider trading.
Good.
All right, if you're just joining us and you're new around here, we don't do this.
Yeah, we're
really
not just
ever.
hanging out for no reason. Here.
Yeah, but we're not doing like live stream. We're just like doing like we're doing a thing where we find a horse we like and we're betting it.
You ever follow people on Twitter? There's this one guy out here, his name only sticks out to me because a couple of years ago we got. Was it? I guess I don't think it was a couple of years ago. Maybe last year. Was last year the year Eli Manning's streak was broke, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where they benched him, or was that the year before? I think it was last year. This one guy, like his name's Chuck Modi, ChuckModi, and he put out an article. Like somehow it came across my timeline last year, and he's saying like, this is Geno Smith's like a legitimate quarterback, and he's going to shine today. And we went back and forth. I'm like, and I was just crushing him, be like, it's fucking Geno Smith. Like it was the reason why I like actually bet the Raiders last year when they played him. And now he's always like stumping for like Kaepernick, like left and right, and refuses like no other stuff. And I just always remember it. Like, man, this fucking guy told me Geno Smith was on the way up and shit.
Great call. Damn, this isn't good, Donnie. The 6 is down to 2-1 now. We don't really want to be the favorite though, so I guess that's not bad.
Nah, we got it. We'll get that guy out of there. Race 7.
Somebody knows something here. So.
3 minutes.
Just give me a place or win. I don't care. Just give me something. Yes, I know, Nick. Thanks. Nick T, just a heads up. Horse odds are different, so it's not what you bet. It's what the odds end at post. I got you. Well, let's hope they go back up a little bit, Donnie, because by us sharing this with all of you, we're fucking ourselves here.
True. That's why we got a cheaper price.
Even though, we don't really know what we're doing. We're just, I kind of feel like I do know what I'm doing, though, now. Because, like, I just picked a horse who just happens to be a good horse. And I had a premonition. All right, we're about 2 minutes away from post time. 2:13 is when this goes. Boys are walking. They're riding to the
ride it.
Donnie, the track is fast and the turf is good.
Bang.
You get the best odds in England. Well, too bad we're not there. Damn, looks like Wally George thinks the 2's going to win. Okay.
13-1. Oh. 2 minutes.
Makabuki. Or Makbuli. Are the ears up? Yeah, they are.
I can't tell. I'll see him.
I see him.
Wildcat West. Jay Rosario.
Donnie, look at the stream.
There you go.
How's it look?
Yeah, it's right on. Just about,
This can't be legal.
We're doing Keeneland.
Horses have reached the starting gate of Keeneland's third race.
Someone on the stream tell me how this looks.
I'm looking at it through YouTube. It's a little choppy, but you could definitely see what's what.
Should I keep it or get rid of it?
No, why would you not? They don't care about looking at me and you.
Do a Breeders' Cup show. No, we're not doing this on the regular. We might do it once in a while. All right, how long till this starts?
I got under a minute now.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you somehow have a faster stream and act like an asshole and tell us who wins, we're out.
I could do it for you. Well, actually, it is going to be a little bit off because you're going to hear the call through my mic.
Yeah, cut that. We don't need the call.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Oh, 2-1 now, Jeff.
Okay, good. We don't need the call, Donnie.
Yes,
Cut
we
that
do.
off.
No, we need the call.
No, it's going to be quicker.
We need the call.
That's going to be lame. Who do you guys have? It says on the stream who we have.
The 10 horse.
Don't bet on horses.
Damn, we got the favorite coming in, Jeff.
Then look at the 6. He's sweating profusely. That's not good. No, look. Wally just said don't bet on a horse that's sweating profusely.
Yeah,
All right, we're about to go.
The stream is about 11 seconds behind.
What do you mean the stream?
The regular stream through the computer that you're looking at, you're 11 seconds behind my call.
Okay, so I don't want that, Donnie. Cut that off.
No, you do need it.
Cut it off, Donnie. Come on, dude. We want to watch it, dude.
So wait, how am I going to? So I'm going to watch it through this.
Okay, then
then
keep it on, and I'll cut this thing off.
No. Or you just want to listen to it?
Let's just listen to it. Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
All right, we have
3-2, Jeff.
Oh my God, this is not good because we're getting shitty odds here.
There they go.
I turn it up.
Yep.
There goes Bird King out for the lead. Drew is being hustled up to the outside. Tiny Dancer right there. Good Scout is fourth on the far outside as they go to the first turn. Drew moves by Bird King, and Drew will take the lead. Tiny Danza moves up a length and a half off the lead in second. Bird King shuffled to third. Good Scout, fourth up on the outside, instigated back toward the rail.
About mid-pack.
Catholic Guilt is a wide sixth. On to the backstretch. Wildcat West in seventh.
Good ending here.
Jackie is eighth in between horses as they move off the first turn. Makbule next to last, and Fit My Tack shuffled out last. 22.9 seconds. Time for the opening quarter. Drew has a head in front.
Are you watching?
Tiny Dancer alongside, though, in second by a length and a half. And then further back comes Bird King, who travels in the third position. Instigated as
here we come, Donnie. Here we go.
Guilt and
making a move
outside of Good Scout up within 5 lengths of the lead.
Go 10.
Here we go. So settle into that. Settle in.
Tiny Danza has the lead by a head to the far turn. Drew is still there to the inside second.
Go 10.
King trying to join them from
come on 10.
Outside. Instigated fourth down toward the inside. Catholic Guilt is still fifth and running 6 lengths from the front half the quarter pole. Tiny Danza leads it by 3/4 of a length. Bird King second to the outside. Drew drops back into third.
Go 10.
Swings wide and
run.
Catholic Guilt is still far back in fifth. Bird King to put a head in front.
No.
Short stretch.
Yeah, whoever that inside guy is, that the one horse?
These two
Jesus. Yo, he faded like a bitch, Jeff, just like his write-up. Oh, my God.
That was a great write-up.
Damn.
Bird King, Julian Leperoux to win it. Tiny Danza was home in second. Wildcat West was up for third.
But hey, there's always Monday, Jeff.
There is. I'll tell you though. Where was that you read that? That was
under his write-up. Barn is excellent. Both second start maidens. Drops though, and it said the very first line they give up quickly on him. He faded to 9th of 12th in his debut. He was right on the corner, and they just said, "You know what? I'm good, man."
Glue factory time.
Jesus, buddy.
Damn, that's.
So we're 0-1. That's all right. We got a long season, man.
I say we go to the next one.
I can't. I got to do some things.
No, I know. I got to.
That's fun. I like it. No, like that's our new thing every day, and you should tweet it out too on Twitter. Whatever, like the closest race is from like 12:50 to like 1 o'clock. We'll just pick that race and see if we can get it done.
I had to do it. I mean, Catholic Guild on a Friday.
Yeah, and we moved the odds. Jeff, hold on. We moved the. Isn't that the only thing that matters? The CLV we got.
Yeah, we got CLV. I mean, we got it 5-1 when it went off, and we moved it down to like 3-2.
Yeah, that was good though. We got to try it again. Oh well.
That was fun. So hope you all enjoyed that. We're out of here. You all have a great Friday. For us, Donnie, free picks tonight. I'm going to go with Marshall. I'm just going to go with Marshall. Free pick. Marshall plus 3.5. Actually,
Houston won. Houston minus 1. Excuse me. Houston minus 140 for me tonight. Closing out.
Actually, what's Marshall's odds? 5.5 or 5?
Let's see what we got here. Marshall 4.5 across the board.
I'll go with that. I'm going to go Marshall plus 4.5. Everyone have a great night. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Peace.